Is what's the word? Thank you for tuning in. Another edition. Poetry and conversations. Hopefully YouTube shoot out them alerts so y'all can come on in. Feel free to call in if you want to join the conversation. The conversation today, we're going to talk about Melle Mel comments towards Kendrick Lamar about him being an influence in hip hop. What's your take? Is Kendrick Lamar an influence in hip hop? But I gotta say too, also to add on to that, he did make it a little bit more clear that he's saying not as influential as Biggie and Tupac, which that part I more than likely will agree with. But on the surface, again, Melle Mel, the legendary of Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. This man made the message. So he gave us a message. And the message that he said was, Kendrick Lamar, it's not an influence in hip hop. So how you feel about that? You can call in if you want to speak your piece, so of course you can put it in the comments. That's cool also. You can call in at 248-242-2947. Again, that's 248-242-2947. We're gonna have a little bit of fun though. I'd like to start off the show with a poem, spoken word rap talk poetry piece. And this piece I want to start it off with. This piece I jotted called Live Your Own Truth. Listen to me. Close your mind to the outside world. Concentrate. You hear that? That's the silence of your soul dancing on top of your intelligence, and you shouldn't fear that. You know who you are. You know your mind and motives. It's time to go the distance. Matter of fact, the extra mile, get your passion notice. Focus. Focus on life. You see, some keep living like time ain't got no limits. Get it out your system, die empty, leave a legacy when you finish. Listen to me. Routine, repetition. Pause and pray every day. Doors get closed in your face, go through the window, fuck that, make a way. And we cleaning house. You see, negative thoughts and hate gotta vacate. Trying to fly amongst people that want to clip your wings ain't gonna help you fly straight. The crash landing. Family not even understanding. Them goals is yours. Fall down, get back up, even if you gotta do some rebranding. Switch up the flow. I kick knowledge, but my shit ain't garbage. I'm around the corner, down the street, still trying to make you think outside the box while being an artist. Ain't no age limit on goals. Ain't no page skipping, playing roles. Do what you believe in, and once you understand who's really in control. So pick up the pen, grab the ball, It's time to shoot. The world is waiting. So live your own truth. Live your own truth. Rap talk, that's that poem of peace. Snap, 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 snaps. We gonna get into it though. Let's talk about it. Melle Mel, come to the front of the congregation right now. And also, shout out to the Art of Dialogue who conducted the interview. I noticed I've been piggybacking on a couple of their interviews. Just like the second one I done did so far. Because he's definitely been having some good interviews and some speaking engagements. I don't know if a lot of these rappers is trying to make headlines or whatnot or what's going on, but they're saying some interesting things. Big Gip did, of course. I covered that one in the previous video. Now Melle Mel came out and said that Kendrick Lamar is not influencing hip hop. And this is definitely worth talking about, especially if you're a hip hop head. And I will admit, if this was a couple of years ago, I probably would agree. I probably would agree with what he said as far as him not being an influence. But we live in a time now. And I think this is one of the things that's playing a real big factor in this whole equation as far as Kendrick Lamar and his influence and how people can probably pick him apart or make comments like this. And I ain't gonna say get away with it, but it might become a snowball effect, if you will. I can see how things like this can happen. Because here's the thing. Kendrick Lamar, he's quiet. And when I say quiet, I mean he's one of them artists to where the music just speaks for itself. The art just speaks for itself. He don't run with a crew. I mean, even though I'm pretty sure he got friends, he do have a crew, he do have an entourage, but it's not visible. He's not attached to although he's attached to Top Dog, but look how he stand on his own. He's an artist that stand on his own. That means a lot. And in today's whole equation of just with social media and who's who and who you moving with and what you doing, it's things like this that can be a gift and a curse when you're talented. I mean, just hear me out though as I talk about this. Just hear me out. He's one of them artists that's doing things the old-fashioned way. And when I say the old-fashioned way, I mean that he's making songs. Positive songs at that. Creative songs. He's very creative. He's going in order with just putting the album out. Dropping a video. Dropping a single. Matter of fact, let's do it. This is how he's doing it. He dropping a single first, which he dropped them Heartbeats. Drop the album. Drop videos. He's dropping multiple videos. And them videos he's been dropping for this last album been very cinematic and underrated, if you will. I'm talking about just top tier art, which some paying attention to and some just ain't. Because let's just remember, we live in a fast-paced world where just music is steady dropping and who got this week and who dropping something next week and who is the next person to go out and listen to for a week. You got to remember, we still living through that. But this Mr. Morale album, this last album that he dropped, this man is still dropping singles and videos for this album, whether people watch videos or not. He didn't drop like about, I know at least 3 for sure. Like I said, he's doing this the old-fashioned way. dropping the album, let it marinate, and a couple weeks on in, dropping a video to make you remember that the album is out. And keep grabbing new fans every time when he drop a new single, he drop a new video. Now these are old tactics. This is definitely something Melle Mel should know and appreciate and be able to relate to, being that he's one of the originators that started hip hop. So respect to that. But during the course of just listening to him talk about Kendrick, it was a couple stutter moments. And for a minute, I thought he was probably even going to backtrack and take away what he said. Because he said something to the effect that he haven't heard some of his songs, and he was saying that Kendrick might have a couple of songs that have made the radio and clubs and stuff like that. Because that was one of his gripes about Kendrick. He was saying that Kendrick don't impact the streets. He ain't got nothing playing in the club. Stuff like that. Now this is coming from, like I say, one of the originators. So these voices are respected. You know that. Melle Mel, he has a voice that is respected. I mean, how many people in hip hop want to just, I mean, how would Kendrick just look like this coming out, just saying like, hold on, Melle Mel, you, blah, 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 blah. He's more classier than that. So it's going to take people like us, the people that's out in this YouTube world, and people who are out here that study and speak up for music and have these conversations, to where Kendrick could just fall back and not even have to say nothing. And I know it's probably eating them up inside right now, just thinking like, damn, OG said that about me and blah, 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 and do he really know what I'm doing? And this, I could just imagine how he's feeling and how his whole council and group of people around him just saying like, dog, just chill. Don't even say nothing. That's OG, that's classic, that's Melle Mel. We don't even touch it. Just let him say what he say. I know it's going like that. I can feel it. So when I'm watching this interview, we're just on the Art of Dialogue channel if you want to look it up. On one snippet he speak on Kendrick and talk about how it's not a whole bunch of other Kendricks running around and people want to rap about them. I take it that's what he mean by influence. But what Melle Mel had to realize is different ways of influence. Just because somebody listen to you, that don't mean that they have to come out and rap like you and dress like you and move like you and do your songs over and be attached to you like that. Influence can come from so many different ways when you watching somebody. I mean, hell, it could be somebody who watched some of my videos and think like, damn, I want to start a show, or I want to talk about music, or damn, I like what dude be talking about. I like what he doing. And they can be influenced and just still do it themselves. I mean, it don't always have to be a duplicate to this show. And of course, you know how him being OG, he had to throw himself in there about how they created the song, The Message. And they was the first conscious rappers, which we can give them credit for that song, which was a big song. Broken glass everywhere. It's a positive song. It did make a different shift in hip hop. And it made people want to have subject matter and talk about the streets and life and things that's going on. We can dig it. But when it comes to a day and age right now, again, with the social media and the way everybody's moving so fast, you have to respect someone like Kendrick who just doing it his way, which again, like I say, is kind of the old-fashioned way. Put the music out, let the streets talk, drop a video, drop some visuals for the album, fall back. If you notice, Kendrick, he ain't even doing no interviews or none of that stuff, really. I mean, I can't think of no big interviews that he did after this album. So he really, like I say, it's a gift and a curse when you talented like a young man like that, when you talented like that, and you can just let your art just speak for itself. It's a gift and a curse because there's so many people that can just pick you apart, and they can just and then you not and you can't just come out and defend everything that someone said about you. That's a losing battle. You will never win that battle trying to just come out and for every person that come out and say something about you and you try to just come out and defend that. Kendrick's not going to do that. So that's like they say the internet is undefeated. So don't even try to just play that game. So again, when he dropping this music, it's other things that's carrying on. Like I'm quick to say, this last album here, this Mr. Morwell album, this is like the best. This is one of the best hip hop albums that came out in the last at least 10 to 15 years, give or take. Now this is me. This is me talking. And when I say best, I mean like creatively, all that. I mean, let's just now. If you a person, I told somebody this too. Cause it's like when the album first came out, there was a lot of mixed reviews. Like, is the album good? Because it do take a certain ear to listen to Kendrick. Let's just face that though. But if you like your music simple like that, and you just want a hook, if you just want 3 verses and a hook and a B hook and the song just to exit out, that's your element. You want it simple like that. But if you want if you want to build up in the beat, if you want the lyrics, damn near poetry, it's spoken word. If you want concept, you want background sounds and harmony. I mean, think about all this stuff. I mean, when you listen to a Kendrick album, especially like this last one, you even listen to this shit. It's not that simple. It could be the simplest thing you could be listening to. It's beyond the lyrics, but in the background, it could just be somebody just humming some shit. They could be humming a hook or anything, and it's all just go in line with just the element of the song, just bring you into a whole nother energy. I'm like choirs being some of this shit. I'm talking about this little ass detail, the beat change, shit like that. It don't be just simple like these 2-minute songs to where they just going in there rapping half a verse and want you to rewind it because they want more streams and shit, making songs short. This ain't that. This Mr. Morrow album, this is not that. This take a technical listen, and it is songs you can play that's heavy beat when you drive and stuff like that. And he done made other songs that have been in the club. He done had songs like Swimming Pool, and he don't even drink. So he say, you know what I'm saying, he don't drink, but Swimming Pool is about drinking, and they play it in the club. It was that type of energy. You have to make them type of songs, but you have to give credit to someone who gave the knowledge for having the talent to still have songs that thump with a beat, with a rhythm. And I understand sometimes it do make you think like, okay, well, it's too much thinking music. It's that sit down music. It's that real listen. I mean, you have that. I mean, it's a time for everything when you do listen to music. But that's the choice you make. When you make it to a big artist like that, you especially at this point in his career, he got his fan base already. So when Melle Mel say that he's not an influence, you talking about a man that's albums in already with a fan base. He got influence. He done put his dent in the culture. And especially for the people who like 35 and under, I mean, he's going to be top tier already for them. I mean, when he came out, I mean, still to this day, I mean, it's kind of like another generation that's kind of holding it right now. But for his class, you got your Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. I mean, them the 3 that you got. I mean, that's their class. I mean, Big Sean was in there a little bit. It's still respect there, but the main 3, and there was a couple of more. You had the Wale's and a couple of other, but as far as they class, they top 3, when they go down in history for them couple of years, I can't think of the year off top. I say the early 2000s or whatever, give or take. But for their class, or the 2010s or whatever, for their class, it's Kendrick, Drake, and Cole. Them the three that's gonna be mentioned when they go down in history. So look at the influence that Cole got. He's quiet too, but I don't even think that. I wouldn't even say that Cole got the. They kind of got the same audience. I say a little bit. Now they kind of got the same audience, but Drake, you know, he through the roof with sales and influence because he's more consistent. He dropped more, so he's steady just putting songs in your ear. But an artist like Kendrick, his legacy is going to be his legacy because he don't even over push it on you. He don't drop albums every year. That's what's going to make it even more special. Like before this album, he ain't dropped nothing but 5 years. Now that damn album, I say I didn't care for that album. And I know he got all types of awards and all types of what's that prestige awards that's that one award he got, Pulsar or something. It's that one real prestige award he got for that damn album. Now I didn't care for that album. Now that album was overrated to me. But this album here, this Mr. Morale, this shit is straight up, man. This shit is raw. I'm talking about raw on the level to what the lyrics and everything. And I think Melle Mel, I think he just don't listen to Kendrick. Now, if it's somebody that ain't for your ear, I get that. If you don't listen to a person, you kind of really can't judge them, even if they is popular and you probably got a glimpse of them because you probably heard a couple of songs. But listen to him in this interview, I can tell Melle Mel he's not a Kendrick listener. I definitely want to say fan, because I could tell like he had a couple of stutter moments in this interview when he was talking. So he was trying to like clean it up and clear it up a little bit. Again, like I said, I thought he was going to backtrack what he said. But when it comes to a Kendrick though, the impact it hit different. Look at when he came out. He came out at a time when everybody was partying and making get high songs and popping pills. You had your Future, you had your Gucci Man, you had all these different rappers making impact, and this man over here talking about what he talking about. But Melle Mel want to say that he don't have impact, and when he say impact, he want to talk about the hood. This man is from Compton. How you gonna say that this man don't have impact? This man come from the hood. I mean, I ain't been to Compton. They say they cleaning it up out there, but Compton is still the hood. Shit, Compton still straight up menace to society, boys in the hood in my eyes. So this dude come from Compton. He made it up out of that shit and still talking positive. So how you gonna say that this man did not impact the hood and he's from Compton? I mean, what you want to walk around and just show that he gang bang, or you want to see him repping the flag just because he's from Compton? I mean, this man is not carrying himself like that. But you can still have impact for the hood. Aftermath, all that. I mean, his impact is actually, his influence is bigger than the hood. If you really want to talk about it and dissect it, because when you come from the hood and you want a big label like that, and you look at your association as far as Dre and stuff like that, he don't even be seen like that. That's how good he is as an artist. Just thinking when you can be an artist like that and you top tier, but you don't have to lean on your counterparts like that. That's a blessing. That's next level right there already. That puts you somewhere else on the bracket already of impact. When you got a cheat code like Dr. Dre that you don't even have to use and stuff like that, that's beyond talent. That's Melle Mel. I think you need to just go back to the lab, brother, and understand that time shift, time change, the influences is different. I mean, what you want to see a whole bunch of people just running around Saying what song? I mean, he had movements like "We Gonna Be All Right." That's impact. That's influence. That's social. That roll over to political factors. And not to mention, this man is on tour. I don't even know if the tour's still going on because I went to it when it came here in Detroit. This man is doing arenas. He's not doing club dates and spots here and there. This man is doing arenas. I mean, with a full show. I mean, when that shit came here to Detroit, I was there. I was so motherfucking gigging. He was in there talking that shit. I'm talking about stage presence, all that. I'm talking about breath control, all that cadence up there, lights, inflatable, not inflatable, glass shit. I mean, something that's memorable, an experience. Like I say, you have to respect the band who's coming in and just leaving out with just raw talent. He like, just leave me for that. He like, I don't even want to just be in all these interviews and trying to make more people like me because y'all want to hear my opinions and views on this in an interview. Or he ain't running around going on all the top podcasts. It's $1 million worth of game, drink champs here and everywhere, and ABC and Good Morning America, and trying to run and be seen in all these spots after the album drop. He like, nah, this is what we gonna do. I'm gonna drop this album, let it speak for itself. And then when I drop these videos, you can see my other opinions on my art and how I feel and how I'm putting it all coincide. It should be hats off to stuff like that. Especially in this time. Melle Mel, he should know that. He should see that. So when you say influence and an influence on hip hop, just because people don't run around and dress like you and things like that, that don't mean that you don't have influence. There's so many factors that plays when it comes to after putting out a project. We might not hear another album from Kendrick for another 5 years. I don't see this man in no type of rush to make another album. And it might just take a couple years for some of you. I'm talking about some of y'all. Some of these other, some of y'all. The people who didn't get a nod to come back and catch this album. That's how artful this shit is. I'm talking about artful. that's how motherfucking good this album is. I mean, this is my opinion. That's how much art, and that's how talented he is. This album probably won't get respected more until about another 3 years from now. This is one of those type albums. But like I say, but if y'all want the stunts and all that, you want the entourage, you want the label, you want the crew here, you want to see him out, you want to see who he's dating, you want to see the whole family, you want the whole package, and then you want the influence and impact, and then you want to give them that, huh? That's what you want. That's what the masses want. They want to see the whole carousel behind the music, and then we gonna just take an earful to the music, but okay, he good. We fucking with him. But like I say, it's a gift and a curse when you quiet and talented. If you quiet and you talented, it's a gift and a curse. Because what can they associate you to outside of the music and the art? They're gonna get bored with you. Where's the flair around you? Where's the bullshit? Where's the scandal? Kendrick, he ain't that. It is what it is. Anyway, let me give y'all one more piece though. And that's what Kendrick did. He worked in silence. Matter of fact, that's the piece I'm gonna do. This piece is called Work in Silence. Since I'm looking at it. That's what Kendrick did. Some of the most artsiest people. That's what they do. They have so much build up and talent. Like I say, man, that album, man, it got so many gems, so much shit on that album, man. Like I say, from the background singing, the background, the way some of the instruments build up and take away and all this, you could tell all that shit would just start out song for song. I mean, even the sit downs when he's saying like he going through something, it's a whole therapy session. that Mr. Moore, it's a whole sit down therapy session. He's talking about hood shit, but he's just putting it so lyrical, and there's so many details in it. If the beat too slow for you, some people will get turned off, because most of the time people, when they first listen to a song, they driving. You know, the world is so quick. People is on the move. But if you sit down and really take some time and meditate to certain songs and music, this is one of those albums. And I think a grown man like Melle Mel, he would respect something like this if he just took the time to sit down and listen to it and took it for what it was. Like I say, 'cause that's the man who made the message. So how is you not gonna? I mean, you see I'm going with that. You see how this shift from the message that y'all created back in 82, 81 up to 2003, and this man is piggybacking off of and still trying to hold on to a culture that need a message. How can you front on that, doggy? Man, this shit is beyond me, man. But y'all check out that interview that he did on Art Dialogue. Anyway, let me get into this piece I wrote called Work in Silence. Listen to me. Consistency is key. Set yourself free. Ain't no age limit on success. And it's subjective. You determine what it could be. You see, the goal ain't always to be famous, rich, or known. Some of us just love what we do and want to influence, spread a message, be compensated, and then come back home. Am I wrong? You see, the weak in competition to do it for the public. You see, I wanted to stay low, but I knew my words was going to open doors before I even touched it. That's because me and God discussed it. He said, put in work. Do what you got to do, just improve. Stop giving free access. Putting all your energy in the wrong places and telling people your next moves. He said, I got you. You got to work, build in silence. Take a break, fall back from people. He said, whatever you need, I will provide it. Meditate to them songs. Keep writing them poems. Keep building relationships, touching souls whenever you perform. And as I carry on, look at this response that I get. All this love is unrewarded in public from what I did in private. Work hard in silence. That's that piece, work hard in silence. I go by the name of Raptalk, y'all. Poetry and conversations. I thank y'all for tuning in. Be sure to send this video to somebody. You ain't even got to share it on your page. Just gonna text it to somebody. That's all I ask. Any hip hop heads you know, anybody who heard about what Melle Mel said about Kendrick Lamar, you want a good conversation piece, just text this video to somebody. We'll do it that way. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Get the apparel. Raptalk Poetry. Intelligence is sexy. I got all that. All that's in the description of the link is in the description. All that. I appreciate y'all. Poetry and conversations. Raptalk, man. Somebody holler at Melle Mel, man. Tell him it is what it is. I'll get with y'all in a minute, though. I see y'all Thursday. We're going to talk about it. We're going to maybe put two artists against each other. And we do that Thursday as we throw it back. Raptalk.